Cal, you had an interesting vantage point from the past three games where you have been in the lineup for all three of them. But what have you seen from this week that makes you think that you guys have corrected what's went wrong in the last three games?
I would just say we've been focusing a lot on, getting back to where we were, and we don't think there's necessarily too much wrong. We just need to, focus in more, continue to bring energy every day and continue to be good with our prep, leading into, these tournaments here. So that's just what we've been, preaching in the locker room.
How important is it for you to be able to balance, having this last game in the shot and also, knowing that you guys should get a win before the postseason play starts, you can get some momentum back in your favor?
Yeah, I mean, just being like, the last game of the season, we're playing against a very good team. Senior night, there's going to be a lot of emotion, but, we're just focused on, day by day prepping for them. And then, we'll focus on the tournament after that. We know we got a special group. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but, we need to work every day to continue to get better so we can, try to make a run here in the end of March.
All righty, we'll go next to Sean Dunnigan, WBNS.
Kyle, today the Big Ten announced they were going to allow 8,000 fans in for each game for the Big Ten tournament. How much are you looking forward to play in front of people other than your family that are going to be at the games?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to it just because, this whole year it's been a lot different not having fans at all. We enjoy playing in front of our families. They're able to bring us, a lot of energy just themselves. But, having more fans there will, have more energy in the building, more excitement, more noise. It'll be back to more, feeling like a normal game. So, we're excited.
Are you taking it all, playing in front of fans, for granted when you look back past this year?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say, we necessarily took it for granted. We were always, pretty hyped up about having a packed arena, whatever it may be. But, once that was taken away, it was kind of like, wow, the impact, arena full of fans can have, just on the energy level for the team, especially, home court advantage and stuff like that is pretty crazy.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We'll go next to Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on SI.
Hey, Kyle. I know you recently spoke with Big Ten Network about some of the things that your family has gone through. And I just wondered if maybe you've reflected on this being a big moment in your life coming up with Senior Day, and obviously it seems like this is a pretty special team, both in terms of your camaraderie, but obviously your achievements as well. Mm-hmm. What is this weekend and this opportunity to have a Senior Day at home and close the year with a great team? What's this mean for your family?
It means a lot, came a long way just from, being a freshman, getting on campus. Like I had mentioned, before, just not really knowing, what exactly I wanted to do. This whole 4 years, I built a lot of great relationships, had a lot of great experiences. A lot of great teammates, and there's just going to be a lot of good emotion, reflecting back on it, what this means to me, playing in a Buckeye uniform, all that good stuff. So, just looking back on it, I'm happy with, everything I've been through, as a Buckeye. So it'll be a good experience.
I realize that a lot of times players look at their coaching staff and there's a player-coach relationship, but a lot of times it's deeper. And I get the sense that a lot of the guys on this team really look up to and respect this coaching staff. In particular, Coach Holtman. Why has he been a good role model for you?
Yeah, Coach Holt and the staff, they've been great role models for us. Something I always say is, they care just as much, if not more, about us as people, rather than just athletes. So, they want us to become a better man, on and off the floor, and they're always helping us to do that. So that's something I've always respected about them. There's a lot of trust with them and the staff. Like you said, I think, everyone looks up to them and, views them as role models.
All righty, we'll go next to Adam Jardy, Columbus Dispatch.
Kyle, I'm assuming that you guys will get the chance to talk to your families and address them from the court like we've seen on senior days under Chris Holtmann. So will your senior day speech be more Andrew Dockett or CJ Jackson?
I haven't really thought much about the senior speech yet. I'm not a man of many words, but, I'm going to make sure, I get my point across and keep it at that and try not to get emotional. I don't get very emotional, so I don't think I will, but, make sure I thank the people, that have helped me get to where I am and, just recognize everyone that needs to be recognized.
When you talked about a moment ago, you said there's going to be a lot of good emotion reflecting back on what it means to be playing in a Buckeye uniform. Can you explain or try to put into words what it has meant for you to play in a Buckeye uniform?
Just growing up, being an Ohio kid, what Ohio State means to, everyone in the state of Ohio. My family growing up, Ohio State fans. And even just the fact that, playing college basketball at this high of a level in the Big Ten these past 4 years has been incredible. It's been a dream of mine. I've been living that dream for the past 4 years. So, like I said, it's been incredible. And, I'm just very grateful to be, in the position I am.
All righty. Next up, Patrick Murphy, 247.
Kyle, sort of piggybacking on that last question, obviously you were committed to Butler and Chris Holtmann's staff there. Do you ever reflect back or do you allow yourself now as it's coming to an end to kind of think what if and how grateful you are how things worked out this way?
Yeah, most definitely. It would have been a lot different. And I think about that all the time just because, I believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe there was a reason. His staff ended up getting the job here. The reason I followed him here and, the reason I've been playing in a Buckeye uniform for the past 4 years. So, like I said, I'm just blessed and grateful because, it could have been a lot different, being at Butler. So, yeah, I'm just pretty happy how everything went.
And we've heard a lot about, injuries. Obviously you had the stress fracture, and Chris Holtmann's talked a few times this year about you not being able to practice and things like that. How much has that been a thing that will stick out to you that, your Ohio State career did have these hiccups when it comes to the injuries?
Yeah, I mean, that's something, I'll try not to think too much about just because, I feel like it's something that I've just been able to, battle through. And there has been times, with my legs and everything that it has, set me back a little bit. But it's nothing that's ever discouraged me, or put me down just because, I just remind myself, that it could be worse, could be tougher things to go through. So for me, just tough it out, keep playing and enjoying the game you enjoy to play. So it's not something I'll think about too much. I'm going to think about, all the good experiences I've had and, how amazing it's been to play.
All righty, we'll go next to Colin Hass-Hill, 11 Warriors.
Kyle, how set are you on this being your last season at Ohio State, or are you considering one more?
I haven't made a decision yet. I'm waiting until after the season, weigh out my options and go from there.
How do you weigh them? What are some of the factors that you consider, and how much are the physical battles that you've had to go through the past few years factor into that? Yeah,
there's going to have to be a lot of conversations, with a lot of different people, just to leave it at that. But everything with my body, even this year I've been feeling, pretty good compared to even last year, the year before with my legs. We've been doing a good job managing everything with rehab and, really haven't had too many problems. So there's going to have to be, like I said, just a lot of conversations and just view a lot of different things.
Appreciate it.
All righty, next up, Steve Hellwagon, 247.
Yeah, Kyle, along those lines, looked like you cracked heads with Mike Smith at the end of the Michigan game there with about 9 seconds to go. what was that next week like? Coach made it sound like you didn't get to practice much leading up to the game that you did get to play in against Iowa. And since then, have you been able to be back to full go, and you feel like you're going to be as close to 100% as possible on Saturday?
Yeah, that week was interesting. You know, I haven't really had an experience like that with concussion since I was a kid. So it was different for me the way I felt and just everything that came with it. I really wasn't able to practice or do much that whole week leading up to the game. But I started to feel a lot better, you know, more back to normal going into the game. I just didn't have much of my wind back, you know, with being out. So, you know, these past couple of days and, you know, just getting more rest and, you know, getting back into practice has been good. So, you know, I'm pretty back to normal. Just, you know, got to keep working to get there.
Yep. You've been one of the constants this last 3 or 4 years. Just you take pride that as you sit here today, your team's ranked number 7 in the country and competing for championships and tournament, going deep in the tournament, different things like that. And just kind of put the program maybe back on solid ground after a couple lean years there. And the future, you know, whether you're here next year or not, seems like it ought to be pretty bright. Do you feel like you've left Ohio State, if this is it, in a better place than where you found it, or how do you kind of look at it?
You know, I just look at it as, you know, we came in and, you know, there was a culture that, you know, had been set in place, what, you know, we wanted it to be like, you know, what coaches wanted it to be like. You know, and I just came and I just did what I can to help the team win. You know, hopefully after these past few years, you know, hopefully, you know, fans and everybody, you know, can look and, you know, say some good things about my name and, you know, say that I did help the program. So, you know, like I said, I've just been trying to do whatever I can to help the team win these past few years.
Thanks.
All righty, we'll wrap it up with Kyle with Tim Hall from 97.1 The Fan.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. Just wrapping it up with a quick one about Illinois coming up. When you've looked back and had the time to reflect with the week off here, do you think it's been more of the strong defense that you faced against Michigan State and Iowa, or has it been a little bit more of your doing, not operating offensively how you guys normally have through this whole season, pretty much?
You know, I think it could be both. You know, teams are playing well. You know, I feel like, you know, we're going to get in the Big Ten, you're going to get, you know, everyone's best shot just because, you know, the Big Ten's a tough conference. But I think it's a little bit of both. Like I said, you know, we just need to focus back in, you know, continue to bring our energy and, you know, kind of get that edge back to us, you know, that we had earlier on in the season. So I don't think it's anything too big. There's just some minor things we need to tweak and, you know, focus on getting back on track.